Hi everyone, I'm Jack Hammer. Tonight I wanted to go ahead and take you through Mac Jones and Alabama versus Tennessee. This game was Alabama's 5th game of the season. And one of the things that's interesting about this game is it's actually Jalen Waddle, who's one of the top receivers for Alabama. He gets hurt on the opening kickoff. So this is going to be the first chance in 2020 to watch Mac Jones playing quarterback without one of the top receivers in the draft. So it's going to be interesting to see how they overcome the loss of Waddle on the opening kickoff. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. So 1st and 10, they get the ball on their own 15-yard line. Just going to start off the game with a quick little RPO, hit the slot with receiver. Nice little first down. Easy pitch and catch, nothing difficult here. Just a nice little RPO with the fake. Makes the defense bite, and then you throw the ball right behind it. Nice little completion to 18. Then they come back here. They got first down there on the first play of the game. They come back here. You're going to see another RPO. This time it's going to be a slant to the left side. Does a good job of sticking it in there and then getting the ball out and getting Smith in stride. Smith bobbles the ball a little bit. It has to be out in front of him with where the way the defense is playing, and he does a good job of hauling it in. It's got to be a little high to get it over 13 right there, and Smith does a really nice job of getting his hands up, going up and getting the ball with his hands, not worrying about getting hit. Nice start to the game there. Now we're going to see them get into their screen game. It's going to be a little screen to the left side. They actually motion the running back out over to a wide receiver spot and then just turn and throw the ball out to him quick. Just a long handoff here. See the motion of Harris. They motion him out wide, take the snap, just get him the ball. Nothing really there fancy at all for the quarterback. Just get it to him and quick and put it in a spot where he can get upfield as soon as he catches the ball. Nice little play right there, gains them 8 yards. And then you're looking at 2nd and 2. They're going to try to run a wide receiver screen again, this time to the bottom of the screen, and it's well defended. The receiver doesn't do a very good job on the block. 19 kind of misses his block there a little bit, and they take Mechie down for a loss of 2. Leaves them with 3rd and 4, and they're not going to pick that up. So one of the things that's interesting, real quick, while we watch the end of that play and then the next, the running play, I'll just let it run through. A lot of people, when they hear RPO, they think that RPO part of that is, it's a run pass option, but I think a lot of times there's a misconception that the run part of that is a quarterback read, or you're expecting the quarterback to be a running option on that. Sometimes that might be the case, but a lot of times, as you see with Alabama, you see it with Florida as well. You see it with the 49ers when they had Jimmy Garoppolo. You see it with a lot of these schools. You even see it with Ohio State with Justin Fields, for example. The run portion of it isn't the quarterback running. The run portion of it is just the fact that based on the way that let's go back to this one here at the beginning. This is, I think, the second one. This is going to be the screen. But the run portion of that RPO is the handoff to the running back and how the defense is reacting to the running back and the way that they're lined up. And so based off of their set, are they going to go ahead and give the run, or are we going to throw the ball? So like on this one right here, this is the first play of the game. They're going to come up and he's going to look at this, and he's got a slot receiver right here who is uncovered. He's not covered in the formation. The linebacker's here. Mac Jones knows that when he runs the play fake, this linebacker is going to step up. This receiver is not going to be covered because of the way that they're aligned. He's got an uncovered receiver. He's going to go ahead and run this play fake. The offensive line and the running back all think that this is a run. They're run blocking, and he steps up and throws a pass for a first down. So, a lot of times that's why Alabama with Mac Jones, or the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo, or any of these schools or football programs. If you think about Nick Foles running it so much at in Philadelphia back the year they won the Super Bowl, that's when you really started to hear the whole run pass option name terminology coming out. And it wasn't because Foles was a really big threat to run the ball. It was the running game being a threat, and then using that to throw the pass, basically just making a very quick play action game. Think of it almost as in high school. You watch high school ball. A lot of times the freshman, sophomore teams, the best way that they can throw the ball is a little pop pass where they take the ball, they fake a dive, and then throw it to the tight end real quick over the linebackers. Well, that's basically what an RPO is, here at Alabama, Ohio State, in the NFL with the 49ers or the Eagles or whoever's running it. The only difference is instead of running a little pop pass to the tight end, they're doing it with wide receivers in different positions of the field. So just something interesting that I thought I'd share, just based on some of the things that I've heard. So that first possession was really simple. Again, getting back to where we were, that first one, a couple RPOs, a couple of screens, and a run, and that was it. So I think this is going to be, I think I went back a little too far. Yeah, this is the screen. I'd gone back to the beginning while I was talking on my little spiel about the whole run pass option thing. So let's just fast forward through these. We've already seen them. That was the 2nd and 2 play that lost a couple yards. 3rd and 4, they're going to get stopped short and they're going to end up punting. So now they got 1st and 10 on the 40 or the 30, excuse me. You're going to see a little play action. They're going to be running their over route. Really nice, easy pitch and catch on this one. Nothing really difficult here. You get the vertical on the outside, and then these guys are coming across the field. So that's why I'm saying over. They're going from one side to the other. The play action and everything's going to hold this guy up, I believe. Let's see how his far back he gets his drop. The running game kind of slows him up just a little bit. They sneak a guy out right behind him because this linebacker is spying the running back. See the running back right there? As soon as he sees the running back start to come, he opens up, leaves a huge hole for the receiver coming across the field, puts it on him. This is a concept you see the 49ers run quite a bit. They like to do this, these plays where they run play action and they bring the guy across. It's one of the staples of the Shanahan offense, and a lot of teams across the NFL are running that now. Really nice. It comes wide open for them there on 1st down. Nice little play there to start off the drive. Then on 2nd and 10, they're going to run this little wide receiver screen out to Smith, who does a good job with it after the catch to pick up the 1st down. Easy pitch and catch from the quarterback. Nothing fancy. Just get the ball up to that upfield shoulder so he can catch the ball moving forward. Really easy. And then here we come out with 1st and 10 again. So they're moving the ball really well. 1st and 10 at the 29. We're going to see a play action, and you're going to see a flood, somewhat of a flood concept out here to the left side. You're going to get a vertical route here. There's going to be a guy that motions over to this side. He's going to be running a deep cross here, and then you're going to have a receiver running a post, or excuse me, the over on this side from right to left. The running back off the play action is going to leak out into the flat on the left side. So he's going to be reading high, medium to the flat. A little bit of a miscommunication on their thing. So he gets them back set, gets everybody, make sure everybody knows they need to hold. And he's going to actually be an extra blocker to help with this. He gets the ball out quick, keeps covered, middle one's covered, right to the running back quick, and let him make the play. Easy stuff. Not overly difficult here. Let's see what they've got going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the front. Let's see how many come. They bring 5, so it's a blitz. They beat the blitz with a check down to the running back for the 1st down. So, it just goes back to why is Mac Jones considered? Why is he in this discussion for the number? Why is he in the discussion as one of the top 5 quarterbacks? It's this kind of stuff. It's real simple. This is the guy that's supposed to be covering the running back. He lets him go. Ball comes out quick as soon as he makes his decision. Easy read that's got to be executed correctly. And as soon as he sees that linebacker come, he knows he has nobody covering the running back, and he hits him, and it's a big gain for a 1st down. Now they come back here, and we're going to have 1st and 10. And you're going to see this is a miss. It's a completion, but he misses a touchdown on this one. They run this deep. They like to run this deep curl route quite often. So what you're going to see is you're going to get the receiver. This receiver is going to come down. He's going to get into the end zone because they run it about 15 to 16 yards. He's going to get into just about the goal line and come back. They don't cover 18. He runs straight through the middle of the defense. He throws it early to the curl, but he's got Mechie over the top in the middle for a touchdown. So he's kind of a little bit locked in on that curl route based off his pre-snap look. Misses the touchdown there. You'd really like to be able to see that throw come out and go into the middle of the field for a touchdown because it's wide open. And he never looks there. He doesn't see it. They get the completion there. It gets them down into the red zone. And then 2 plays later, they're going to score. So, it's just a miss. It's open. Either one of them, he has both of those guys open. It's wide open down the middle of the field. Would have liked to have seen that one over the top. Sometimes it's nice to see these guys when they make plays and make big plays where it's not off of a design, where it's a shot play or things like that. And that would have been one. That would have been an opportunity for Jones to hit one down the middle for a touchdown. They're going to score a touchdown here anyway. That's because their offense is pretty darn good, but it would like to see Jones have been responsible for it a little bit more. Overall, that was a pretty good possession, though. They had that over route on first down, which was nice. The play action with the check down was nice. Even the curl that gets them down into the red zone, into the deep red zone, about the 2-yard line or 3-yard line. That's a good ball. He throws it early before the receiver turns, as he usually does. But again, he misses that over that middle post that would have given him a touchdown and been, saved 2 running plays that would have scored the touchdown instead. But we'd like to have seen that shot get hit. 1st and 10, you're going to come out running the ball. Remember, like I said at the beginning of the show, this is also the first game in 2020 where Mac Jones doesn't have Jalen Waddle. Waddle was injured on kickoff at the beginning of the game. So this is actually his first game with Alabama without Waddle as well. So then here on 2nd and 3, after that first down run, we're going to get a play action on this. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a deep play action with a deep post. You're going to want to watch this because he's going to be reading the free safety as this play runs through. The free safety drops. You've got a guy going across the field, and then you've got this right guy running a deep post. The safety has his back. He's running with the post. The ball comes in behind him for a completion to Mechie. This is extremely similar, almost the same play that we saw. If you go back to week 1 of the season against Missouri, they ran this concept and they had a big hit down the middle of the field in that one as well. And both times it's because what's happening is that safety, his read is real simple on this. This is a vertical route, so he's going to read this guy. If this guy sits over the top in the middle of the field, he's going to hit the cross. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Because the guy on the backside, his job is to kind of stay underneath this. So what happens is this safety, if he sits in the middle of the field without turning his shoulders like he did here, the ball's going to be up over the top, over into this area of the field to the guy coming through the formation. On the backside, you've got this guy running a post. He becomes once the free safety turns and runs with the guy running through the formation, that tells Jones that he goes to the backside to the post. As soon as he can set his feet, the ball's up in the air. He rips it down the middle of the field to him for a big first down. Big play. That's the same thing. That same exact thing that they did back in week 1 against Missouri. There was a little bit tighter throw on that one. This time he actually has to move his feet just a little bit because of the rush coming from behind him. You see that there in the end zone view. It's not designed motion or designed movement, excuse me. You know, you get the pressure coming off the edge, so he just takes a couple steps to his left as he keeps his eyes down the field. That's key. That's where Mac Jones. This is the kind of stuff that separates Mac Jones from Justin Fields, because he keeps his eyes down the field at all times in the pocket. He's never really looking to scramble unless he absolutely has to. And he does a really nice job here. Little movement away from the pressure, sets his feet, lets it rip down the middle of the field. Big first down. Then after that, it's pretty. This possession is going to mostly be running the ball after that. So I'm going to just go ahead and put it on fast forward. So, you know, that last play, that's like I said, that's a differentiator for Mac Jones compared to these other guys. You know, at least from what I've seen of Justin Fields, there's a lot of times where he gets that kind of pressure and he's off to the races. He's going to make a big play for you. That's fine. That's what you're looking for. But from a quarterbacking standpoint, that's not really. I wouldn't say that that's what you're hoping for, because there's other times where he doesn't make that throw and then doesn't able to make the play with his legs either. So in this fast forward, I just ran through and we missed a little quick screen pass out to the left there. And then after that, they're going to run the ball here quite a bit. They've got about they run this one here. And now here on 1st and 10, they're going to run it down. Looks like they score with Harris, but he's going to end up a yard short. His knee was down just short, and then they're going to let Jones sneak it in for the touchdown. And there you go. So, you know, that's one of the, you know, just kind of going back to it. There's a lot of running right there, but you see a lot of vertical plays out of this team. It's interesting because they run a lot. They do run a lot of short stuff. You see the quick, you know, the wide receiver screens. You see the little, you know, easy throws underneath and stuff like that. You see all those, but they all build to something bigger. And then you see the shot plays, the down the field throws, and those kind of things that come after it. So you really see a full offense when you watch Alabama. You see them go from a team that's running sideline to sideline on you to all of a sudden they're a team that's going vertical on you. And that's what Mac Jones is, you know, they're asking Jones to do for them. He's able to hit all those different throws, those underneath screens and whatnot. You know, those are all balls that we're going to see Justin Fields hit as well. So here we go, another pass concept here. You're going to motion this guy across, and then they're going to snap it here in just a second. What's going to happen is you're going to get this receiver right here on the inside is going to run a little wheel. So he's going to become your deep route. This guy's going to run an out. He's going to run in, up the field and out. Boom. Steps inside. He's getting held. As he gets the top of his break and starts to stem to his out route, you see him get held. And the ball comes out, though, and Jones hits him right in stride. Just watch it again. You're going to see him right in this area, and you're going to see him get held by the defender. See him grab his jersey right at the top. And then he runs to his out. Good read, good throw. It's kind of a flood concept in a way, because you're going to see when you watch it, this tight end's coming across. Actually, he doesn't. He's on the backside. I think it's the running back that I'm thinking of. But anyway, it's a nice ball, easy. You know, again, this is where he excels. The swing is the running back. That's where I was talking. It's a 49er kind of a concept. They like to run this kind of stuff. It's a downfield throw, about 12 yards downfield. One throw, easy pitch and catch for a first down. Right here, you're going to get a fake screen out to the right with a slant right behind it. We saw the 49ers do this in their game on the road to the Patriots. They had started running a lot of these screens to the receivers in different looks, these little swing kind of screens to the receivers. So that's what you get here. You get that look, which holds everybody inside, and then they go right behind the linebacker for a completion. He's got two options here on the slants. He's got this guy or he's got this one. The linebacker had sat, so he goes into the middle. It's an easier pitch and catch. Nice reception by 18. Good throw by Jones, and they get another first down. Then we get to a run play here. A little short one. They don't get much on that. They don't get a couple of yards. So it's going to set up 2nd and 8. They go empty formation. It's pretty well covered. And so then he steps up through the formation and dives forward, almost gets the first down. He's going to end up just a yard short. There's nobody open in this one if we look at it. Let's watch it here. Hits the top of his route. He wants to go here. He's getting a little bit of pressure from his left side. It's not really a lot of pressure, but just enough to kind of make him want to move. He might have been able to stick it in right here if he wanted to. But he's getting some pressure, around the pocket. It opens up in the middle, and that he steps right up like you want your quarterback to do. He's able to step up through the pocket, makes the linebacker miss, and the statue dives for a first down. I mean, imagine that. Again, go back to just think about the things that we're hearing about Mac Jones and his lack of ability against the pass rush. And here we see him, basically making a linebacker. He's making a linebacker miss, and the linebacker is not even able to make a play on him. He comes up to make the tackle, and Jones makes him look silly. And then you get 3rd and 1, and they're going to run a little sneak here for a first down. Can't really overstate the ability to run a quarterback sneak. The Niners had a lot of trouble with that in 2020 with Nick Mullins. So that's going to set up 1st and goal at the 6. Right here, they're going to try to run a little play action. What they're going to do is they have the tight end basically as the fullback after a little motion there, and they're going to try to sneak him up through they're going to try to run play action this way. They're going to really try to sneak him through the formation and then hit him right here in the end zone. Over here, you've got a couple of slants on the backside. What's going to happen as we run this through, you're going to see that the tight end's going to get through. The linebackers are going to grab him and almost tackle him right there. And then Jones steps to his left and tries to hit the slant on the backside. Once his primary is covered, almost gets picked. He's lucky because they call the hold here, so they get the play back anyway. You see 22 grabbing the tight end through, and almost a pick on the back end. It was a poorly thrown ball. You need to get that ball out in front of a little bit more. It's a quick bang bang kind of play, and he's got to move a little bit because there's somebody in his face, but that ball still needs to be a little bit more to the inside. If he puts that ball over here, it's a touchdown because the receiver is going to just keep running away from the defender. Instead, he throws it a little bit behind him, which forces the receiver to stop his feet, and the DB is able to just keep going through and almost make the interception. So not a good throw on the second step. He throws it behind him a little bit. You want that one out in front of him a little bit more. They get a break though, like I said, because of the pass interference. So they're going to run it. This is again 1st down again, 1st and goal again, and they're going to come out here with a run. So we'll fast forward through the run. Actually, I'm sorry. There's a false start, not a run. And then so it's a false start. So then they come here and they're going to run. He's going to throw he's going to try to throw a fade to the slot guy, which is Smith. They're just kind of sitting. This guy's just kind of sitting on him, waiting for him to throw the short route here. Once he takes this guy looks like he's sitting, so he wants to throw to the top of him, but he does a good job of breaking. And both of them converge on the ball and knock it down. It's a really risky throw in the red zone. Not a really good decision to put that one where he does. It's underneath. He's got to get that one up and over. He really wasn't even covered. It'd be better just to throw that one towards the back portion of the end zone, and either it's caught or it goes out of bounds. Either it's caught right at the end line or just goes out of bounds and it's incomplete. You go to the next play because that was a little too tight. So here we go. It's this touchdown. Number 4 takes it in for a score. 2nd and goal. So not a whole lot, on that one. You got the nice little play action on the flood concept where he hit the out on the 2nd and 3. That was a nice one. 1st and 10, they ran that little fake screen out to the right side where he hit the slant. That was nice. 2nd and 8, pretty well covered. Steps up through the pocket, scrambles for 7, excuse me. Then he sneaks it for the 1st. Then you got the fullback pop pass that they're trying to run, where he gets held and makes an inaccurate throw to the slant. So that's not a good one. Pretty well covered, a pretty risky throw on the other one. So, we've got 5 pass plays. 3 of them were positives. The other 2, I would say, were either negatives or you either not or in the middle. Don't really like the coverage on the fade. So that one I'd knock him down there. The pop pass is a little bit different. That one's a little bit more in between a positive or excuse me, kind of either a negative or right in the middle there. If we're looking at grade, it'd probably be a 0 instead of a plus or a minus. So we come out here. It's going to be 1st and 10. This is their next possession now. Receiver's going to go in motion. What you're going to get is you're going to get the tight end coming across the formation from the left to the right. He's going to get to about just past about 5 yards, and you're going to see him start to curl over the middle to where he's running across right around in this area. Up at the top of the screen, what you're going to get out of those 2 guys is you're going to get deep. You're going to get slants a little bit further down the field out of these 2 guys. And it's going to be a really nice throw into the hole. Play action, steps back. The one thing that I failed to mention there was the little swing route by the running back, and that's kind of what opens this up. You've got a couple of things. You watch the motion go across. This receiver, this linebacker, excuse me, he's drawn by the swing of the running back, so that helps open up this hole in the middle where he sticks it in there. And it's a good ball too. What I would have liked to have seen it come out a little bit sooner. I think it comes out just a little late. Not too late, but just a little bit late. That ball should have been out by now. Okay. Let's watch it again. Sorry, I went too far back. We get the play action, and that ball should be coming out right now. But he's reading over here. You can see his eyes are looking up to this receiver. Okay. Now he comes back to the middle, and he's quick, and he's just a tad late on it. He hung on this route just a little longer than he should have, so he's a little bit late coming back to the middle. Does a good job of where he puts the ball. He puts it behind him a little bit because he's trying to throw it away from the defender that's coming across, so the ball's put in a good spot. You can just see here he's kind of hung on this one just a little bit longer than he should have been. So he's a little bit late on that cross. Still has enough on it to get it down the middle. Nice catch on the back end as well. Then we're going to get a run here on this 1st down play. And now we're going to go back to the vertical part of the game. We had the downfield throw on 1st down. Now you're going to have a route where you've got you're going to have this receiver is going to be running deep. He's going to be running a deep post. This receiver is running across the field, and this receiver is going to kind of do the same thing. What's going to happen is both of these safeties are going to sit. This safety is looking at this receiver here. He's reading him all the way. As soon as he starts to come across, he's ready to. He wants that ball to come to him because he wants to blow him up. This safety gets caught up looking at Devontae Smith, which allows the post to become open behind it. So let's watch this again. Remember, he's reading the safeties. They both sit, and the ball comes out pretty quick on that. Just let it run through. Safety flat, throw. That's just how quick it is. It's a really nice catch on the back end. He's got to get up and make the catch. Would have liked to seen that ball get out there a little bit further in front of him. Not too much of a hitch into it. A beautiful catch on the back end. Good read, and the ball's delivered. The receiver does a really terrific job of getting up and making the, finishing that off. They catch a break here. They try to run this little slant to the bottom of the screen. It gets broken up. And they catch a break that ball doesn't bounce a little bit higher, because if it had, it could have been intercepted off of just a bounce itself. It would have been a bad bounce for them. There's really nobody open. That's about as close as to be open as you're going to get on this one. This guy's not open. It's just too small of a window. Well covered up over here. He's got this one. The DB does a good job of driving through, getting his hand down and knocking the ball, and the ricochet almost gets intercepted. Then we have second and goal here, and they're going to run it for a touchdown. All right. So then just jump into the next possession. The last one, there was a couple of really nice throws. That throw to the tight end was a really nice one, and the deep ball was a nice read to hit that one when he does. Second and one is a run here. All right, so now we got 3rd and 10. Or excuse me, 1st and 10. He's reading out to the right, and then he goes down to he's going to come back and look to this check down. He's reading the concepts up here to the top. It's covered pretty well, and so he goes down to the check down. He actually has the backside dig on this as well. Right there. It's interesting to see, as we go back here, is it open because he's turning to throw? It is, because if you look at it, he hasn't declared yet that he hasn't turned all the way out here. His head is still looking at this dig. The linebacker's kind of caught up with this route here, but you can see that he's starting to run and sprint out to this area. If he had just kind of held onto the ball just a fraction of a second longer, I think he sees this linebacker sprinting, and then he comes here to the dig instead. Instead, he hits it to the running back, who does a really nice job of making the first man miss and getting upfield and getting the first down. Just looking at it one more time. Yeah. Then we're going to come back here. It's going to be 1st and 10. And it's just going to be this little running back kind of a delay route. What they're going to be doing is this guy's going to be running up through. And so what he's looking at here when he gets to his read, turns his head now. So he's looking over here. He's reading this linebacker. If this linebacker drops with this route, then he's going to go to his running back. It's just like a little, a lot of times you see teams do that with their with their tight end. They'll do it a couple of different ways where it's like a delayed route with the tight end. In this case, they're doing it with a running back. If this linebacker had sat, doesn't really drop back, then you throw to the receiver. This time he drops back, so he goes to the running back underneath. If he lets this play run through a little bit longer, he does have he could have thrown it to the corner though as well. He takes the check down, gets the ball out quick. That's part of why you don't see as many sacks with him. Ball just comes out quick. He's decisive. He sees it. He hits it. He doesn't really hold it too long. He misses a little bit of a deeper route, but it's enough for them to get the first down. Then here on 1st and 10, this is a little bit of a that's the wrong one. I skipped ahead. This one here, there's not anything open. He goes down to the check down. You watch this one. Let's look across the board and see where the receiver's at the top of his route. He's covered. This guy's got 2 guys on him. What's going to happen is on the backside, on that backside too, he's not even looking for a pass. The ball's already coming out, and they're able to hit it for a first down. That's going to set him up with a 2nd and 10. Then we're going to get into another rough stretch for the offense here a little bit. They're up 28-10, so about as rough as it's going to get. You're going to see a delayed blitz here, and he's going to try to climb, but there's nowhere for him to go. The linebacker right here, you see him coming up, and he's waiting to see what happens with the running back. He's basically just filling the hole. There's nobody open downfield. He wants to try to get up in the middle of the field. He will the majority of the time with Mac Jones, he's going to try to step up into the pocket. That's what you see here. The guy's able to kind of just grab him by the feet. He tosses it out to the left side, ends up taking an intentional grounding. So it's kind of an ugly play on his part. Gets to the top. Not a good block. The other one kind of whiffs on him a little bit. And he gets grabbed. The ball comes out. It's a grounding call. So bad play there. Sets up 2nd and 16. They're going to come back here with one of their bread and butter pass plays, which is their deep curls. So you're going to get this receiver down on a deep curl. You get this one on a deep curl on the top side right here. He goes to the bottom, and it's just a poorly thrown ball. Really good job of reaching around, knocking the ball down. This he doesn't go here because this guy's spying him. This guy's looking at him right here. He's got his eyes on this side the whole way. The ball comes out early. It's on the inside where it needs to be, but the defender does a really good job. Keeps it tight. He's able to get in there and knock the ball away. It's not a really good play right there for them. Third and 16 now. You're going to see an inaccurate throw to the running back. He's got this curl. It looks tight again. I think the previous play maybe plays into this a little bit because it had got broken up. So instead of just taking the shot, because what happens is he's going to keep coming back to him. If he just throws this route, it's there. Instead, he tries to go to the check down, which isn't a bad option either, because then you get a guy with this guy moving with his momentum up the field. Because this guy's not going to pick up the first down. You're at 3rd and 16. He's not going to be able to get it. You might have a little bit better chance of this guy getting the first down if you can get him the ball, give him momentum, and let him make a play on these guys. But when he goes to throw the check down, he just overthrows it just misses him high, and it's inaccurate. Poorly thrown ball. So a rough end of that series for him. The not going with the curl is fine, but trying to throw that little check down and just missing it as badly as he does, that's not a good look. He's got to be able to hit that over and over and over again, and you see him miss it here. Gets his back, step, tries to throw it. The running back's not where he expects him to be, makes a bad throw. Then we're here at the end of the first half. They just do a little run play here on 1st and 10. There's not too much more on this one with Mac Jones. He leaves the game early because they're up so big. And at 5 seconds here, they're going to just try to get the ball a little closer for a Hail Mary. Just run a little quick out. Gets them on the outside. It's a good ball placement. Allows them to catch the ball moving. Just turns it right up the field, right along the sideline, and get out of bounds. Nice ball placement. Easy throw, easy catch. And then on 1st and 10 here, they just throw the ball up into the end zone, and it gets knocked down. So not a bad half. There's for Jones, there's a few misses in this first half of the game, though. If we go back and look at it, just on the second to last series, the 2 curl route, the deep curl to the left side that gets knocked down. It's just it's covered. It's pretty well locked down. You got the late blitz on 1st and 10. He's not able to get the ball out on time. Ends up with a grounding instead. He's sacked, grounding, whichever way you want to call it. So that's a bad one on him. And then on 3rd and 16, you have the poor throw, inaccurate throw on the check down to the running back. Up until that point, he'd been okay. He had the first couple plays were nice. The 1st and 10 throw on the check down to the left side, and then he had that nice little running back delay underneath. But finish that off with 3 rough ones. We come out here, run on 1st and 2nd down. Here on 3rd and 3, you're going to get a little Y follow route. Here's your tight end. They run it out of the backfield again, though. This is very similar to what they did earlier. What happens is they motion their receiver into the backfield, so he becomes the running back. So he's really your like your wide delay kind of person. But what you're going to get is this tight end's going to run up in here. He's going to take some of the coverage away. Then the receiver is going to sneak out of the backfield, basically following him on the route, and that's where the ball is going to go. That's why we call it Y follow. He's following the route of this guy, takes the linebacker out of the way, opens up the play right behind him. Easy pitch and catch. Nice little play design. Good ball. Unfortunately, the receiver fumbles it at the end, and it results in a turnover. Easy concept, easy pitch and catch. Something that you could see from the 49ers on a regular basis as well. And unfortunate ended there with that one. Next possession starts here, 1st and 10. We're going to see a play action. He's going to stop the receiver on the right sideline. The receiver is going to be going up the field. It's going to look like a back shoulder, really a stop route. I think that's a design call where they want him to do that. Nice play. Sticks it right on him along the sidelines to pick up the 1st down. The other routes are pretty well covered. The deep route was pretty well covered. He had the dig open up late on the backside. Then they're going to come out here on the next one and run the ball. Good throw there. Got to run. I think we're going to see a wide receiver screen out to the left here in a second. Yeah, so it's going to be right here. We'll just see a quick little screen out to the left. Steps back, hits him. Well, defense, not a really good block by the tight end out there wide. This man's able to break free and make the tackle after a short gain. Sits up 2nd and 7, and then on 2nd and 7 they get a false start here, which moves them back to create 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, they go ahead and run it for a short gain of about 4. So that's going to set them up with a 3rd and 8 situation. They come out here in 3rd and 8. They got this. They're going to motion into a bunch. And then out of this bunch, what you're going to see is this tight end's going to just run about a 5-yard little curl. The middle receiver is going to go in just a little bit right over the top where right about to the hashes here. And then he's going to run a deep post. And what you're going to get out of this receiver is he's going to run an in route, a dig, just over the top of the curl. What's going to happen is that curl is going to hold the linebacker in place. He's going to hold the defender that they're putting into pressure. You see right there, it's man because they're actually bringing a blitz, and he's able to hit that dig right behind. So here's a situation where you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're bringing the blitz. You get a snap that the quarterback drops. He's able to keep his composure, gets his eyes up as he's looking at, as he's picking the ball up. He's able to make the read and still fire it into the dig 12 yards downfield for a completion and a first down. Good protection there. They definitely do a really nice job of picking up the blitz. And the quarterback does a good job of keeping his composure after dropping it and firing it into the hole for a first down. Now we're going to get 1st and 10. And you get a run. Does a nice job of kind of fighting through here at the end. Doesn't look like he's going to get much, and he just keeps his legs turning and is able to pick up a couple of yards. It ends up being a 5-yard gain. So you're going to motion this one in, and then what you're going to get out of these two receivers, this receiver is going to run through the formation. We've seen them do this a couple of times. This guy's going to run up the field like we've seen him do, but instead of breaking to the post, he's going to break it flat. Does a good job of stepping up and through the pressure and then being able to stick the ball in there. The pressure and him having to move here is part of why the ball looks a little late. It's a little bit behind him, but that's because he's got to move. And what happens is when he gets to the top of his drop, he's going to have someone in between him and the lineman right there, right here. Steps up, resets quick, and throws. He's got really nice footwork. See, there's an example that we've seen out there of Justin Fields doing something similar to this from the national championship game, where his route, it's a little bit more out to the left, but he gets pressure. You see him kind of move in the pocket, step up, reset his feet, and throw. You see that same ability here out of Jones. Step up, reset, throw. Hits him where it needs to go. If he leads him, that's the ball's. If he leads him, he's throwing it at the linebacker, so he's got to throw it behind him a little bit. Let's watch it here. Hits. He wants to go. Has a little bit of pressure. Just moves very slightly. It's not anything overly dramatic. He's not really, when he moves, he's not looking to try to take off. He knows that he's not going to be able to do that. That's not his game. So he plays really well with movement, but within the pocket. He's got really good feet. They're very quick. He has really good short area acceleration to be able to move around in the pocket. That's all acceleration there, and he's able to do that well. He just doesn't have the top end speed. Then here on 1st and 10, you're going to get a broken play. There's a missed handoff with Harris, and he does the best he can to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. You can see here as he turns, Harris was just a little bit wider than he was expecting him to be. Whose fault that was? You end up with a miscommunication, and he's able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. There's a situation where possibly a more athletic guy is going to be able to maybe get a yard or two, or who knows what happens. And then on 2nd and 10 here, you're going to get a little jet sweep out to the right. There's a little 49er play for you with Deebo Samuel. Yeah, exactly, Fernando. Good footwork because of his tennis background. That's exactly where it comes from. All that movement that you see from a quarterback, that in the pocket, their ability to move, those quick. That's what you see on the tennis court, right? So that's there you go. That could be a good explanation of it, is because of his tennis background, and his having the lateral movement that tennis requires. It allows him to get back and forth pretty well in that short area of the pocket. Whereas running down sprinting once he goes, that's not necessarily something that you need a lot of in tennis, because it's all quick short area bursts that you're doing. So yeah, definitely his tennis background could be of help to him there. That's a great question. We're almost done here. There's only going to be they're going to run it in here for a touchdown. And there's just going to be 3 plays on the next possession, and we'll be done for tonight with this game. This was the 5th game again. So if you're wondering where the Georgia game was, I did Georgia in a breakdown earlier. It was actually one of the first Mac Jones breakdowns that I did, and that one is on Grant Cohn's YouTube channel from our 49er scouting session that we did back in February. So if you want to find that Georgia breakdown, you'll find it there. So here we come now. This is going to be 1st and 10. They're going to go play action. It's going to be that deep curl again, and this one's going to be an inaccurate throw. Tries to get it out quick, and he just misses them. It's a little bit too far out to the outside. When you watch it from this angle, it doesn't look quite as bad as it did from the All-22. The receiver's kind of going down, and the ball hits him. Could have been a completion, would have been a nice catch, but it wasn't a horribly overthrown ball or way off to the side, just inaccurate. Not a positive throw right there by him. Comes back with a nice little swing screen pass, easy. And then this next one, that's going to set up 3rd and 3. They're up pretty big at this point in the game, and this is going to be the last throw from Mac Jones. It's 3rd and 3. You're going to get a blitz here. The way that they're lined up, I stop it here. This is actually Najee Harris. He's the running back actually lined up wide out at wide receiver. And then the running back that they had lined up next to him is a wide receiver. So think of that as, something that they would, maybe Deebo Samuel is in that position right there. So they're going to come out here. They're going to get a blitz, and he's going to throw the quick hitch out to Harris. And this ball should go to the receiver coming out. He's going to throw it here. The correct read is here. This guy's uncovered. If he throws it to this guy, it's a big play, because he's going to be able to catch this little Texas route and take it right up the middle of the field. Instead, he takes the outside, which is a much more dangerous throw. He has a squatting corner out there who doesn't even take a step back at the snap of the ball. So he gets lucky here. Watch the corner. He doesn't move until the ball comes out. He breaks and is almost able to knock it down or get an interception. He's sitting on it. This is a bad play by Jones. It's a completion, but this ball should have gone to here. This is a misread. It's just he's got it coming quick. He's got him open out there. There's space for him to get that ball in there, and he trusts it. But this is one where I can't give him the break here. This one's got to go to the running back. It's wide open, and if he goes to the running back right here, this is a play. If he gets to the running back wide receiver, if he takes it, if this ball goes to 18 right here, you're looking at the guy going up the middle of the field, like when Jimmy Garoppolo hit Wilson Jr. against the Arizona Cardinals in 2019. That kind of a play. He just misses the read, throws it to the outside. They get the first down. It works out in the end, but it's a missed read. So there you go. That's the end of this one. It was a decent game if you kind of go back through it. There's in this game you see a little bit more of things that you don't like with Mac Jones on a couple of occasions. You see him struggling with accuracy on a few of his throws that normally you don't see on a couple of those deep curl routes. One of them, there's a couple of those that are bad. There's a couple of missed reads. The one early in the game where he throws a completion on the deep curl out to the right, but he has the receiver down the middle of the field. That's a misread. You see the misread at the end there as well. So all in all, I mean, if you grade him out, he's probably at about a 75 in this game. About a C plus game as far as I think. From what I saw, but overall not bad. And we'll see how he goes. Also they lost one of their receivers at the start of this game, which kind of threw a wrench maybe into some of what they wanted to do. But all things considered, like I said, I'd grade him as probably a C in this one. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody for joining. Anybody that's taking a look at this after the live show, I appreciate you guys taking a look at that as well. Thanks to Fernando for joining and jumping in with a nice question there. That's really good one as far as that tennis background with that ability to move within the pocket. That's definitely something that you're going to hear me bring up on some other shows as I move forward, either here or some of the other shows that I'm doing. So really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please click subscribe and hit that bell, and we'll go from there. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good night.